The Scottish Government has cut short the contract for running Scotland's railways after years of complaints about the service provided to passengers. The 10-year ScotRail franchise with Dutch-owned firm Abellio will now end 3 years early in March 2022 instead of 2025. Transport Secretary Michael Matheson told MSPs his officials considered continuing the franchise to its full term would not deliver value for money. However, he acknowledged some passengers would see it as an early Christmas present. Services will continue with Abellio working to its existing franchise conditions until 2022. Mr. Matheson said, "Our rail network is of significant social, economic and environmental value to the people of Scotland, and ministers must ensure that the services we secure are high-performing, financially sustainable and offer value for money. We currently provide around 2/3 of the running costs for our railway, and it is essential that this is sustainable going forward. Our record investment in rail is already delivering more seats, more trains and more stations. Any changes to the level of subsidy paid by the government must deliver new benefits for passengers and taxpayers, and whilst there have been improvements in recent years, the proposed changes were not sufficient to justify additional subsidy. Of course, the Scottish Government must plan for the future of our rail services beyond 2022, and work is already underway to examine the options open to us in this regard. Longer term, this government has already made clear its position that the current franchising regime, which is a matter reserved to the UK government, has failed, and it is widely accepted that the rail industry, as a whole, must embrace reform. The best way to deliver this is through the transfer of all rail powers, which would allow us to work together to find the right solution for our railways in future, properly integrated and fully aligned with the public interest and Scottish Government policy. The current franchise agreement requires Scottish ministers and Abellio to revisit the level of government subsidy provided for the remaining 5 years of the contract to determine whether additional subsidy should be paid, a process known as rebasing. Mr. Matheson said that after careful analysis of the information provided by Abellio ScotRail, ministers had decided that a significant increase in government subsidy proposed would not secure delivery of commensurate benefits to passengers, communities and the economy. Ministers had therefore served a no rebasing notice on Abellio ScotRail, informing them the contract was coming to an early halt. Mr. Matheson said the franchise would probably go back out to public competition, a process which could include a public sector bidder such as Calmac. However, he said his P for more on this story, visit the news article link.